Everybody, and welcome back to FTB OceanBlock, and in this episode we set up our Mekanism Fission Reactors so we can start working on making SPS to make antimatter. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, so today we're going to be finally working on Mekanism, setting up the Mekanism Reactors, so we can finally start working on making antimatter, which is, I think, the final component we're missing before we can even start working on creative items. So, since last episode, since we built this house, I have done a bit of decoration. So, I've got some nice little trees outside, and I built this little kitchen in the house, which looks really nice. I got like a stove with a pot that's boiling on top, which looks really cool. You can actually cook stuff in here, which is nice. Just a load of drawers for storage, countertops, chopping boards, sink that does absolutely nothing, and a fridge that holds nothing. Yay. And if we come outside, I've got myself a doormat, and I've added these little rock pats and a mailbox. And I've got this whole path going over here now to where we have our animals. So we got sheep, pigs, chickens, and the cows. I've been slowly breeding the cows, but there's only 3 at the moment. But this thing is still milking away, and it is working very, very good. So, in terms of what trees we got on the island, I planted some dark oak. I got myself some of these orange ones from Better End. I couldn't plant some of the other Better End trees because either 1, they were way too big, or 2, they just wouldn't plant because the area for them or just wouldn't allow it. Because trees require a predetermined area for them to fit. So I only managed to get this big pink one and this orange one fitting. So if we come over here, it actually looks really nice under here with the mixture of purple and blue and pink, kind of like little flowers hanging down. And you can see the petals like falling off the leaves. They look pretty. So that's all I kind of done. I didn't really do too much else, just really decorating. But in terms now of Mekanism, oh yeah, and I set up all, like 25 fissures back here, which are really keeping up with our demand for books. Like if we look at books in here, you can see like all the enchantment books, like we have so many now, and it is keeping up really nicely, which is exactly what I wanted. So, in terms of Mekanism, I was going to do it north, because that's where I thought like the best spot for it to be would be, like completely up north here in this ocean, since there was nothing around. There's no temples. There is a few slime islands, but I can destroy them in like 5 minutes. So I was going to do it like up here. But then I was realizing, oh, I kind of wanted it in the direction of my front door. So I was like, that's east. So I decided to actually build it east instead. So if we look east here, I've got this area over here, which is nearly directly in line with the thing. I know it's a little bit off, but I kind of wanted to fit it on like a flat piece of the sand. And it is on like a ridge right here, so I didn't want it to overhang. So I have a waypoint kind of set there using my dislocator, and this is it. It's just a small circular platform with orange hazard blocks and factory wireframe blocks. And it's also kind of got this like cylinder going all the way down to the sand. I was kind of going for like an oil rig kind of stand, but it's big enough for what we want, since we're not going to be going crazy with the reactors. We're not going to be setting up turbines or the fission reactor or the fusion reactor. What it is, a small little thing with the weird colored lights on the inside that produces power. We're just going to be working with 2 fission reactors generating up nuclear waste, which will be turned into antimatter. So this is what I got right here. I've got myself a wireless access to our storage in under the center of it right here. And all we have to do now is just actually start building it. So in the back over here, I want to set up... wait, why does this look a bit off? Does this not look center? No, it is center. It just looks weird for some reason. I'm going to be setting up the nuclear fuel like back here, and I'm going to have 2 fission reactors, small ones. They're not going to be like running like crazy, and they're not going to be like ready to overheat or explode, and they will be independent, so they'll have their own fuel source and their own coolant source. So that's what I'm going to work with. So back here, this is where we're going to start it. Right, so what we kind of want to start with is making ourselves the fissile fuel. So this fissile fuel requires an isotopic centrifuge, which requires uranium hexafluoride. Uranium hexafluoride is made in a chemical infuser with hydrofluoric acid and uranium oxide. Uranium oxide is yellow cake uranium inside a chemical oxidizer. You get yellow cake uranium by enriching uranium ingots. uranium hexafluoride. Hydrofluoric acid is made with sulfuric acid and fluoride in a chemical dissolution chamber. Sulfuric acid is made in a chemical infuser with sulfur trioxide and water vapor. That comes from a deconcentrator and water. Sulfur trioxide is oxygen and sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide is a chemical oxidizer and sulfur dust. Now we have like 1.1 million sulfur dust, so I'm not too worried about that. So to get started, we need to start by making ourselves sulfur dioxide. Or actually sulfur trioxide. So oxygen and sulfur dioxide to make sulfur trioxide. So chemical infuser. We need a couple of these guys now. So let's make ourselves a good few chemical tanks, because I'm going to need a few of these now chemical infusers. So they don't stack. So I'll take out 3 for now. Enrichment chamber, we're going to need one of these, and I do want to upgrade it to at least advanced. So that's basic and now advanced. We need electrolytic separator, so we're going to need one of these now to turn water into hydrogen and oxygen to make our sulfur trioxide. And rotary condensator, we're going to need ourselves a basic chemical tank, energizing tablet. There we go. So this will turn water into water vapor. So the first thing we're going to need to do is put down ourselves an ender tank with water. And I think our pumps at home should be able to keep up with this. But if we put a tank right here, electrolytic separator there, chemical infuser right here, and then we're going to need our chemical oxidizer, because we need ourselves our sulfur dioxide. So chemical oxidizer, I need to make myself a personal chest. I think I actually need a couple of these. So chemical oxidizer, you're going to go here, and I believe the back, this side here is where the gas comes out. So that'll go there like that. Now the other thing is I'm going to need myself an exporter to export sulfur dust onto it. So that's going to go there, and we're going to need cable now to be able to power this. So let me get about some universal cable, and I'm also going to need universal pressurized pipe. So universal pressurized pipe. Is it not called pressurized pipe? Oh, it's called ultimate, not universal. Oh, that's ultimate universal cable. Okay, never mind. I thought it was universal cable. So power is going to be provided through the back right here. I just need myself a point to provide a power. So point is going to go here, and that will give everything here power. So pipes then, I'm going to need to be able to extract out some water. So there we go. Stick this here, extract out the water. This guy, oops, I'm rotating him around. So now you're producing hydrogen, which I want to dump the excess hydrogen. I need to give this guy one of these. Here we go. That should fill it up. And side configurations, we only want oxygen pumped out. So universal pressurized pipe, or ultimate pressurized pipe, can go there. I need myself my configurator just to make sure the flow rate is correct. So you're going to extract out into this guy. Oxygen then mixes with sulfur dioxide, which comes out of this guy. So, yeah, so items are going to be input, no output of items. Gases only output the back. Correct. Okay, so all I need now is to route this cable over to here. So if I just dig a bit of a spot here, you can see here is our network receiver. So we just remove some of this, and I just need to run a long cable now over to it. So let's see, cable. So I need to come up like this, because I don't actually know if this actually technically is connected. I'm sure it is, but it's kind of finicky. So we just run the cable over like this. Make sure I don't get fatigue, because that would be annoying. And I think I can just route it. Unless actually, instead of going through the top, if I punch it in through the side here, so that would be the left side. So input there, and exporter here, cable, because that's going to be slightly off center, which is fine. So now it's connected here. Wait, is it? Oh, I routed the cable up and actually pumped the cable this way. There we go. Okay, fatigue, can you go away, please? There we go. So now, with this connected, I should be able to get myself my sulfur dust and some speed and stack upgrades. So speed, stack. Ugh, if everything wasn't moving, it'd be easier to grab stuff. So sulfur dust, stack upgrade, and speed upgrades. So now you're making sulfur dioxide. Perfect. So now I can put you there and say configure that direction. And now we're making sulfur trioxide. Very little of it because this thing needs speed upgrades yet, but we'll add all the speed upgrades in the end. So I need to pump this into another chemical infuser with water vapor to make sulfuric acid. So, two ways we can do this. We can put another chemical infuser here or here and have a pump in the right or the back. I think going in the right might be better because then we'll pump out the sulfur or the sulfuric acid or sulfur trioxide. Yes, the sulfuric acid now out the front and that'll go into the chemical dissolution chamber. Or actually, maybe I should have it go through the back. So if I have it come through the back, I can put the chemical dissolution chamber. Let me actually make that now. So chemical dissolution chamber will go here. And then I can put another exporter on the top right here because gases will come out the top there. So if I just do this and then get the cable connected like that and then get our fluorite, we only have 400k fluorite, so I might have to keep an eye on how much we're using. But if I put fluorite in here now and grab some stack and speed upgrades, this guy is ready. And then let's configure this guy now correctly. So there's no items, gases. So we're going to say one is going to be input to the left. Number two is going to be input through the back and output through the right. Hopefully that is correct now. So pressurized pipe will go here and here. So sulfur trioxide is in. Now I need the water vapor. So rotary condensator will go here. I just need some pipe connecting that there. And now turn this the other way. And now you're making water vapor. Water vapor will come out through here. I need to actually set this configuration up correctly. No items. Gases. Output right. Fluids. Input left. Why aren't you extracting? Or did you extract? Why am I not seeing any? I thought it had a bit of power, so it should have made some. I don't know. Maybe it'll work once I give it power. So I kind of wanted to keep the platform intact, but looks of it, I am going to actually have to break some spaces right here. Oh, wrong cable. God damn it. Hopefully that didn't break anything. Water vapor, sulfur trioxide, sulfuric acid. Okay, so it didn't break anything. Good. The only unfortunate thing is now there's holes under it, but I mean, it doesn't really matter. Right, so now with this setup, we're making sulfuric acid. The water vapor isn't going in. Is that because I messed up some input sides? Or is it making very, very little? I feel like it's not inputting any. It's still only 1 millibucket of sulfuric acid. You're still filling. Oh, the number is going down. Oh, does it require a lot? No, it's a 1-to-1. So where is all the sulfuric acid going? Oh, right. Oh, yeah, I forgot I'm pumping it out. Never mind. So it is right. So hydrofluoric acid now. So this hydrofluoric acid, I believe, just goes straight into another chemical infuser with uranium oxide. So this is where the enrichment chamber comes in. So you're going to go here. You're going to get yourself an advanced exporter here. And now uranium. I don't think I have actually that much of uranium at all. So I just have to be cautious on how much we have left over. So no item input, only on the left. Output out the front. We're going to put another chemical oxidizer. Actually, maybe I should push this back one. If I actually put this here and change the exporter for this guy on top, and then put this exporter here instead, that might clean it up a bit better. So sulfur dust, stack, and speed. So you're back to running normally. You're back to running normally. Just make sure the items are set to in top. Correct. You are still inputting through the left. You're going to output the items now. So I need item pipes. And you're going to be pumped out into a chemical oxidizer. Yes, okay. I'm trying to remember where I'm putting everything. So just go here. And we'll configure this guy correctly. So you're going to have your isotopic centrifuges like right here. I'm going to have to run a long cable over to you and then over to you like that once I make the fission reactors. Let me just cover back in the floor here. So yeah, that's fine. Unless I put it here, like right in the center, and then it'll be even split. I can run a cable out. But actually, no, I want to put the SPS casing dead in the center right here. So I will have to run it around the edge. So should I put it dead center? I mean, I technically could if I want to keep everything clean. If I do this, but the thing is, I'm going to have to run 2 sets of cables through the back. No, you know what? We'll just leave it the way it is. We can either pump it into a quantum entangled porter or just run the long cable. It doesn't make it any difference. Anyway, having a long cable will provide a load of storage for extra fuel to be built up. So it's actually not that bad. So make sure gas is input, output at the front correct. I'm going to put this cable, actually not yet, because I'm going to put the chemical oxidizer right here. And I'm going to set this guy up now to say no items, except items are going to be coming in the back. Because this side is technically the back. And we're going to have gases come out the front. Hopefully this works now. So, item pipe, you go there. I need to provide actually all these things with power now as well. There we go. So hopefully now with the item pipes, this guy is going to output out the right instead of the front. Okay, and just need to give him some speed upgrades. So now, yep, it went in the back, yellow cake. Now we're going to be making uranium oxide. This needs to come out through a gas pipe into here. Make sure our configurator is set up to extract, even though it is already extracting. Okay, so you're making uranium hexafluoride. Now these need to go into a isotope centrifuge. So I'm going to make myself about 2 or 3 of these guys just to provide enough. Now, does the power go in the bottom or does it matter? I don't think it matters once you configure it correctly. Actually, no, I can put these guys right here. Like that, and then run like the pressurized pipe across the back there. I could do it like this. Okay, I believe this stuff now becomes radioactive, so I cannot break it or this will cause issues. So, oh god, I thought that squid was coming up here. So now these guys are out of power, so I think I might give these guys their own individual power supply. Or, you know, I'm just trying to save space, it doesn't matter. Universal cable. Just do it like that for now, it'll be fine. There we go. So uranium hexafluoride. So we need to make ourselves our fission reactor now. So we can unbookmark all this stuff now since we're done with it all. All we need now is fission fuel assemblies, fission reactor ports, and fission reactor casing. So let's make ourselves a couple stacks of this, as many as we kind of can. So would that be enough stacks? Maybe 8 stacks would be more than enough. And I'll put 1 stack away in the system to make some of these guys. Let's make a whole stack of them. Oh, what are we out of? Oh, basic chemical tanks. There we go, that'd be more than enough. And reactor ports. Okay, that's actually more than enough. So let's start over here. How big of a reactor are we going to work with? So would a 7x7 be big enough? Or would that be way too big? Should we go with something maybe like a 5x5? We'll just actually build a 7x7 just to see how big it actually is. You know what? Actually, it doesn't look too big because technically the only working size is in here. So it's still technically a 5x5 on the inside. Now, the only thing is about this area is I hope we don't run out of coolant or anything. So I'm going to give it its own individual mechanical pumps to pump from the ocean there to make sure it gives us enough. And actually, I think I wanted to put some reactor glass in the front of this guy. So that requires enriched iron. So I need to go back and make some. Actually, I don't even have a system making enriched iron. Is there an easier way of making it? No. Oh. Well, I guess I'll just have to go back and manually make some. Right, we should have enough now. So we look at enriched iron. We have 576 of it. So reactor glass, I should be able to make a couple stacks of it. There we go. Perfect. So back over here now. I think I only want the front here to be made out of glass. So give me out the builder's wand. And how tall of this thing do I want? I don't really think about that. Let's see. So if we're going to say center and only do like a really small one like this maybe. Is this too many fuel rods? Actually don't know. Maybe if we only go up about 5. It doesn't have to be that tall. Or should I make it a full cube, 7x7x7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, And if we cap it, then it'll be 7 tall. Okay, and now if we do this, and then do this, it should become a full reactor. Oh wait, I need to put the ports on it now as well. So we'll say fuel will go in here. So fuel will go there, and water will go in through the back here. Hopefully we'll be able to provide enough water. And if I get back on my configurator, because we need to change these guys' configuration. Oh my god, stop moving. So you're going to be... I guess I can't change it until it has this. How hasn't this... Am I missing a block? Oh, there's control rods? Oh, yeah, I forgot about control rods. Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I completely forgot about those. They technically actually go on the top right here. Yeah, I completely forgot about control rods. I thought these are just the fuel assemblies and that's it. So I need to put control rods on top of each one like this. And now when I cap it, there we go. Now it works. So this thing is pretty much ready to go. So pressurized pipe. I think I might need to make a bit more. We're actually kind of very low. So I'm going to start from here because I cannot break this cable once it is ready. So it's connected up like this. See, like I just misplaced the block there. So if that had fuel in it, it would have caused an issue. And then same over here. I need to build this exact same one over here now. So let me quickly do that. And there we go. So we got 2 identical reactors now. So I need to configure these guys now. So shift right click to output, coolant, input. Okay. So you're going to be coolant. Oh, you're coolant output. Okay, then technically I'm going to need 2 ports here. One to input fuel. Actually, no, I can leave it on this side. I can change the double port out here. So I can have one for waste and one for coolant waste. I can do it like this instead. So coolant and nuclear waste. So I'm going to have a stack of barrels right here. Another stack of barrels over there. Since we're not going to be running these things long term, I don't need to worry too much about how much nuclear waste is going to be produced. So you're going to be an input there. Okay, so you're not going to be... Why aren't you actually connected? You should have connected. Oh, wait, because I forgot to put the coolant port back here. Never mind, hang on. Now it should connect. There we go. So now you're going to be still an input, and you're going to be a coolant output, nuclear waste output. There we go. Same over here now. Right, so, pumps. We need to make ourselves some electrical pumps. So, electric pumps, I don't know how many I'm going to need. Let's go with maybe about 5 per reactor here. Okay, so... We're actually going to go with mechanical pipes instead of universal pipes because they can hold a lot more water. So I need to make some mechanical pipes now because I've been using easy pipes the whole time. Right, there we go. So I should be able to put these across the back like that, input there, and do they connect the right way? No. Okay, I need to put cable then on the back here then instead. Hate the way the cables don't place the way you want them, or the pumps. So I want them facing like this. There we go. And I realize now I'm going to have to move this pipe up the way. So something like this should do. And then I'll provide this thing with power now with a point. Actually, yeah, I'm going to need 2 points because I need to do the same on the other side. Ocean power, and now this thing should be filling with water. Very little though because there you don't have speed upgrades yet. But you can see coolant is going in, but there's no fuel yet. So I'll wait until like the last minute to attach the fuel. And these guys are practically full with fuel now. And there's this one connected up now. So that's ready to go as well. So, waste. We need to set up a couple of these nuclear waste barrels now. So 64 should be probably more than enough for what we're doing. So if I just set up maybe a couple rows of these now like this. That should be more than enough. So 4 wide. So start from here. Actually, I kind of want to rotate them the other way. So something like that. And then pressurized pipe. You're going to come out of here and connect to every single one of these. There we go. And now, if we grab ourselves a gas tank, we'll need to make ourselves a pretty big one because we're going to have to store... Oh, there's a creative chemical tank. But the thing is, they don't store infinite power, so that ain't going to work if we're just trying to hook this up here. Where is my regular gas tanks? Why am I just getting creative ones? Oh, they're called chemical, not creative. So, chemical tank in advanced, elite, and then ultimate. And I realize I actually need 2 of them. Like so. And I'm going to put 1 right here. And you're going to dump all the time. So it doesn't ever store up any of the steam. And hopefully it can dump enough. Hopefully, that's the hope anyway. And you can see this thing is starting to slowly fill with water now. So I just need to make sure all of these guys are set up to the right direction now. So extract. And you're going to be insert. Insert. Same over here now. Insert. Insert. And then extract and extract. Right, I think it's time to put speed upgrades into everything now. So, upgrade. Let's make ourselves 64 energy upgrades and 64 speed upgrades. Take them out and add them into everything. Right, everything's got speed upgrades now, and I don't necessarily want to turn anything on just yet until these guys get completely filled with water, as you can see. But we can also have a look at the UI in here. So, our max burn rate can be 36. I'm going to go nowhere near that burn rate. We're going to keep this thing very, very low. So we might go with a max burn rate of, to start off with maybe either 10 or 15 maybe. Maybe we'll start with 5 just to make sure everything is correct. And once we know everything is working fine, we can increase it slightly. I mean, we can actually hook up the fuel now. It's not going to make much of a difference until we turn it on. So let's actually connect it all. So pressurized pipe. That should now start filling these guys up with fuel. Yes. And as you can see, it emptied these guys out instantly, but it is producing a lot of fuel, so it should go up quite quickly. So I'm going to wait until these things are completely filled with water, completely filled with fuel, and then we can turn them on. Okay, they're completely full with water and fuel right now, but there is something I realized I miscalculated or misdone. That was putting down all the nuclear waste barrels. I realized, actually, no, that isn't for the nuclear waste that comes out of the reactor. Oh, they're not full of fuel? Why did they stop? I guess they're just not making enough stuff. Sulfuric acid seems to be the issue, meaning we're not making enough sulfur trioxide, which means we're not making enough for sulfur dust. Okay, well, there's not much I can do about that, so I'll just have to leave this thing just work away slowly. But, yeah, so the nuclear waste that is produced by this guy isn't actually going into a waste barrel. It has to go into an isotopic centrifuge to make plutonium, or into a solar neutron activator to make polonium. So, and then after that has been made into the pellets, then the spent nuclear waste goes into the actual waste barrels. So for the time being, since we don't have enough time to set that up, I'll do that to start a next episode. I'll store it in this nuclear or the radioactive waste barrel for now, or if it doesn't go into the barrel, it'll be enough stored in the cable, and then we can set up the thing and then repurpose the barrels to throw away all the waste later. So let's turn these things on and see how it goes. We'll start by turning on this one. Get ready to hit scram. As long as the damage percent doesn't go up, we'll be fine. Okay, so water is going down. Now, can we fix that by turning down the burn rate to maybe like 2? No. So we're not producing enough water, even with 5 of these guys maxed out. Right, so we'll have to come up with a better water solution, or I just set up a huge field of these guys sucking out water. So I might have to do that, but will it work with just the burn rate of a default, which was 0.1? Does it still lose water? No, water is going up, but little to no radioactive waste gets produced. As you can see, like, there's very little in these barrels, like 200 mils in each. So I'm going to have to fix the water, but at least it's running now. So if I do the same over here, just change it back to 0.1. Actually, 0.5 work? Let's turn it on. Is water still going down? I'll know if there's losing water in the pipes here. It is. Okay, so it isn't going to work. So 0.1 is the lowest it can go to keep up with sustained water input. Yeah, so I'm going to have to increase our water production now between episodes, but at least they're running now and producing nuclear waste. And then we can use that waste to make our polonium and plutonium to work on making our SPS. So I'm going to end it there. Hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new. Hope to see you on the next episode. So without further ado, goodbye.